Have you ever found yourself, racing through your day, checking off all this stuff on a to-do list, only to get to the end and realize the whole morning, maybe even the whole week, just feels like a total blur?
Oh, definitely.
Like maybe you drove somewhere familiar, you arrived, and you barely even remember the journey itself.
Mm-hmm. Autopilot.
Or you've had conversations where, honestly, your mind was like 5 steps ahead, planning the next thing. Or maybe eating a whole meal without really tasting it.
It's that constant feeling, isn't it? Like we're always aiming for some future happiness, some kind of finish line way off in the distance.
Yeah, and meanwhile, the richness of the now just, slips right through our fingers.
It's an incredibly common human experience, that feeling. Being perpetually sort of out of sync with the present moment, we get so caught up in what was or anxiously planning what will be.
What is just passes us by.
Exactly. The beauty, the substance of it, gone.
Absolutely. And that right there, that's the heart of what we're diving into today.
Mm-hmm.
We want to explore how true joy and that deep contentment, there aren't these distant goals you have to chase forever.
All right. They're not out there somewhere.
No. Instead, there's something you can actually cultivate right here, right now, in the, surprisingly simple act of just being.
I love that framing. Just being.
So we pulled together some really fascinating stuff for this, insights from mental wellness research, psychological studies, even looking back at some ancient wisdom traditions.
A real mix, then.
Yeah. Our mission here is to help you shift your focus so you can fully experience life, really appreciate it as it unfolds, instead of feeling like you're constantly on that treadmill, just running towards the next thing.
Okay. Sounds essential.
So let's unpack this. When we talk about mindfulness or being present, I think a lot of people, their mind immediately jumps to like someone sitting cross-legged, maybe chanting, quiet room.
That's the image, yeah.
But is that really the core of it? Or is there a broader, maybe more practical way to understand being present, especially, in the middle of our daily chaos?
That's a great question. And what's truly fascinating is that at its heart, mindfulness is simply a state of awareness, heightened awareness.
Okay.
It's the ability to be totally present right here, right now, knowing exactly where you are, what you're doing, how you're feeling, all without letting all the external noise just overwhelm you. It's about consciously paying attention.
So like really noticing things.
Yes. Whether that's savoring your breakfast or actually listening when someone's talking to you or just noticing the sounds and sights on your commute, it's about bringing intention to things that might seem, mundane.
So it's less about a specific activity like formal meditation and more about how your mind is engaged in any moment.
Exactly. It's being fully immersed in whatever you're doing, your surroundings, instead of letting your mind drift off to yesterday or worry about tomorrow.
Right. Your mind is actively involved, taking in the sights, sounds, smells, feelings, whether you're working, doing chores, or just trying to relax.
Yeah. And this brings us to a really crucial distinction that comes up again and again. The difference between happiness and contentment.
Ah, yes, that's a big one.
Happiness is often seen as this fleeting thing, right? A high energy state, maybe even a bit giddy.
Yeah, like a burst of excitement.
It can surge, and then it can recede just as quickly, sometimes leaving a bit of a vacuum behind.
Okay, so if happiness is that sort of temporary high, what does contentment offer? How does it feel different to live with contentment versus always chasing the next happy moment?
That's the key question.
I've heard it said that contentment has less rules. Think about like finding joy in something really simple, maybe warm homemade soup and some good bread. That kind of joy doesn't demand much, does it? Unlike, say, a fancy, expensive dinner that has to be thrilling.
That's a perfect example. Contentment is more rooted. It's an appreciative feeling, a calm satisfaction with the moment as it is, knowing you've kind of got it good on a deeper level. And this connects beautifully to philosophies like Stoicism. The Stoics taught that peace of mind is always available right now if we can just release our attachment to things outside our control.
Which is most things, really.
Pretty much. So the goal isn't chasing constant highs or desperately avoiding lows. It's about finding serenity in accepting life's full swing, the ups and downs, without layering judgment on top of it.
That sounds simple, but incredibly hard in practice, yes, especially today. I remember hearing a story about a mentor, someone who worked in mental health for like 35 years.
Wow, that's demanding work.
Hugely demanding.
Right.
And yet, this person consciously chose to seek contentment over seeking fleeting happiness. Apparently, they rarely complained and could always find something to laugh about. It really shows it's a practice, right? A mindset you cultivate.
Absolutely. It's that intentionality. It's not about pretending challenges don't exist. It's about choosing where you put your focus and your energy.
And that shift can be transformative. Now, it's easy to hear all this and think, okay, nice philosophy, but dismiss it as just feel-good stuff. But what's really compelling is the science actually backs this up with tangible benefit.
Oh, absolutely. This isn't just theory.
So can you walk us through some of the ways being present impacts our mental and even physical well-being?
Definitely. Focusing on the present actively helps reduce stress and anxiety. How? By stopping you from getting sucked into those negative thought loops about the past or future.
Okay, that makes sense.
For instance, research shows a really strong link between disorganized, cluttered physical spaces and higher cortisol levels. That's your main stress hormone.
Really? Just clutter.
Yeah. Many people surrounded by clutter report feeling more anxious, more overwhelmed. It's almost like the external chaos mirrors or maybe even feeds internal chaos.
Wow. Okay. And beyond stress, I see some pretty incredible numbers around focus improving with this approach too.
Yes, focus is a big one.
I was struck by research suggesting that decluttering both your physical space and your mental space can significantly boost focus and productivity. I saw figures like a 70% increase in focus on tasks and a 75% rise in productivity after embracing simplicity. How does that work?
Well, think about it. Less clutter means fewer distractions, obviously, but it's more than that.
Right?
Every object, every mental task you're juggling, it demands a little piece of your attention, your cognitive bandwidth, cleaning it up, managing it, just registering it's there. When you consciously reduce that load,
You free up brain space.
exactly, you free up cognitive and emotional energy for what really matters. It creates this feeling of lightness, of agency, instead of being weighed down. That's where the improved focus and honestly deeper life satisfaction come from.
That makes a lot of sense.
And beyond that, being present improves relationships. Why? Active listening. When you're truly there with someone, they feel it.
Yeah, you connect better.
You do. It also boosts self-awareness, helping you make choices that actually align with your values. And crucially, it builds emotional resilience. You learn to process feelings without harsh self-judgment, letting you bounce back faster from setbacks.
And it's not just in our heads, right? There's a physical side too.
Absolutely. Mindfulness practices directly impact your nervous system. They help downregulate that fight or flight stress response.
So real physiological changes.
Yes. And that's why we see measurable effects like lower blood pressure, better quality sleep, and even reductions in chronic pain. It really shows how deeply the mind and body are linked.
Okay, so presence is powerful. What about gratitude? You mentioned that earlier.
Gratitude. Building on presence, gratitude is incredibly transformative. It's not just a nice feeling, it's actually recognized as a potent character strength.
A character strength.
Yeah. It enhances life across so many dimensions. Psychological, social, spiritual, physical, even cognitive. It's about consciously recognizing and appreciating the good things, the benefits you've received. Cultivating a deep awareness of the good that's already in your life.
What really struck me from our sources is that gratitude isn't just something you're born with or not. It's actually a learned trait.
That's a crucial point.
Studies suggest something like 40% of our tendency towards happiness comes down to intentional activity, things we choose to do.
Exactly.
So by intentionally practicing gratitude, maybe daily, just recounting a few blessings, we can literally train our brains to notice and amplify the good, shifting focus from lack to abundance.
And the benefits are just huge. Psychologically, more positive emotions, less stress, socially, stronger relationships, more support, spiritually, a greater sense of peace, of contentment, physically. Grateful people often report having more energy, healthier hearts, sleeping better, and even surprisingly increased longevity. And cognitively, it can make you more alert, more focused, more creative. It touches everything.
That's amazing. It affects almost every part of life.
It really does. Which naturally leads to the question, how do we actually do this? How do we cultivate presence and contentment day to day?
Right, the practical side.
Let's start with some foundational mindfulness practices. A really simple way in is mindful breathing.
Okay.
Just take a few minutes each day. Honestly, even 2 or 3 minutes helps to just focus on your breath. Feel the air coming in, going out. Thoughts will pop up. That's normal.
Yeah, my mind wanders instantly.
Everyone's does. The practice is just acknowledging the thought gently without judgment and then guiding your attention back to the breath. Over and over.
And that leads naturally into mindfulness meditation, I suppose,
Right.
which has these ancient roots, right, in Buddhism.
It does, but it's been adapted secularly too. People like John Kabat-Zinn pioneered bringing it into mainstream medicine with mindfulness-based stress reduction, making it accessible.
So you don't need to be an expert monk to try it.
Not at all. Even a few minutes a day can make a real difference in your ability to stay present throughout the rest of your day.
So how would someone start? Like super practical steps.
Okay, find a quiet spot, get comfy, sit, lie down, whatever works. Close your eyes, start with some deep breaths, just focusing on the breath itself.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could try a body scan, mentally scanning from your toes up to your head, consciously relaxing each part. Some people like visualization, picturing a peaceful scene. Others might use a mantra, just a simple word or phrase repeated silently.
And the key is not getting frustrated when your mind wanders off.
Exactly. It will wander. That's the nature of the mind. Just gently, kindly bring it back. No judgment. That is the practice.
Okay. Another practice that comes up a lot is journaling, which for me sometimes feels a bit easier than sitting still with my breath when my brain is buzzing.
Journaling is fantastic. It's not just for mindfulness. It's great for mental health, for working towards goals.
It feels like a dedicated space, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just sit with whatever's going on in your head, get it out on paper.
It really is. It helps you engage actively with your present thoughts and feelings. If you need ideas to get started, you could try prompts like, how does my body feel right now?
Simple but direct.
Or, what am I grateful for today? What do I truly value in life? What changes do I maybe want to make? What are 5 things I actually like about myself?
Those are good ones.
You could also journal about how you could be more present tomorrow, or describe what you see outside your window, or just check in with your stress levels. It can be really simple stuff. What would you chat about with your best friend? What are your top goals? When do you feel most confident? Or just reflecting on the day that just passed.
So many ways to use it. Moving beyond those internal practices, let's talk about the physical environment again, decluttering. You mentioned the stress link.
Yes. Decluttering your physical space often leads directly to a clearer mental space. Clutter isn't just mess, it's a tangible mental weight.
What else happens when we clear things out, physically and mentally?
Well, the psychological impact is pretty profound. Reducing clutter enhances clarity, absolutely, and emotional well-being. It simplifies daily routines. Think about how many fewer decisions you have to make, even small ones like choosing clothes.
Yeah, decision fatigue is real.
It is. And simplification brings a greater sense of control, which in turn lowers stress significantly.
And there's an emotional freedom too, isn't there? Owning less stuff often shifts your focus from just accumulating things to prioritizing experiences.
That's a huge shift, and research consistently shows that prioritizing experiences leads to greater life satisfaction, a deeper sense of purpose. It's about being intentional with what you allow into your life, physically and mentally.
Okay, I want to circle back to gratitude for a moment, specifically that study you mentioned with college students. That sounded really interesting.
Oh, it was fascinating. So researchers had some college students receive text reminders prompting them to practice gratitude, but specifically related to their learning.
Targeted gratitude.
Exactly. And the students who really engaged with this, who intentionally practiced frequently, reported significant boosts in their overall gratitude levels, sure, but also in their ability to focus during class and their resilience when things get tough academically.
Wow. So what did the students actually say about the experience?
The qualitative stuff was powerful. They talked about a positive, calmer shift in attitude. Things like, life gets a bit brighter, or I feel like I'm really living life, not just getting through it.
That's huge.
They reported less stress, even during exam periods, better sleep. Plus, increased focus in lectures and more motivation and effort when they hit challenges. Imagine intentional gratitude literally helping you study better.
That's incredible. And the key was?
The key seemed to be the intentional choice to practice, combined with the specific reminders to apply it to that particular area they're learning. It suggests that maybe a general vague sense of gratitude might not pack the same punch as focusing it intentionally. Directing that appreciation really matters.
Okay, so bring this all together for everyone listening. What are some concrete ways you can integrate more presence, more joy into just regular, everyday life?
Right, making it real.
Think about engaging all your senses. Really savor that morning coffee. The warmth, the smell, the taste. Feel the breeze on your skin when you step outside.
Simple things.
Simplify your life. Reduce the clutter. We've seen how much that helps mentally. Connect meaningfully with people, put the phone down, be fully present in conversations.
So important.
Spend time in nature, even if just a few minutes in a park or noticing the sky. Perform small acts of kindness. Engage in hobbies you genuinely love, no matter how simple.
Don't forget celebrating small wins. Acknowledge your daily accomplishments.
Yes, and value moments of quiet solitude too.
Ultimately, it's about choosing to truly experience life as it unfolds around you, shifting your focus from what might be missing or what's next on the list to appreciating what you already have right here, right now.
It's a deliberate choice.
It is.
So what does this all mean for you, listening right now? It means that joy, that deep contentment, they aren't some elusive states you finally achieve after years of striving.
Not a destination.
No, not a finish line. It's more like a journey, a continuous process cultivated through these intentional practices of presence and gratitude.
And we've seen how profound the impact can be: better mental clarity, more emotional resilience, improved physical health, greater life satisfaction overall. It really is about embracing the process, living it moment by moment.
So here's something to leave you with. Consider this: what small, maybe seemingly insignificant moment in your day today or tomorrow could become your next profound source of joy and contentment if you simply chose to be fully present with it.